Hey planting peeps, welcome or welcome back to NichesPlants. My name is Kanisha, also known as Niche, and on this channel we talk, live and love plants. So if that's your thing, hit that bell button and subscribe so you don't miss out. So basically today I thought I would do a tour of my bedroom plants because we haven't done that before, and yes, that would include the greenhouse, so you can kind of see what's updated, what's changed, little tweaks here and there. So let's get into it. So over there is northeast, east, southeast, south, but we're going to start over here. And so this is my beloved, was previously Calathea but renamed Geopetra Warszawiskii. Probably said that wrong, but I'll note that down below for you. And basically I love these leaves as you've got burgundy undersides. Now you'll see some of these leaves are curled a little bit as they did need watering. I've watered them now, so they'll flatten out. It hasn't been great. I need to clean my humidifier and get that running again. I've been a little lazy. I do have a second one, but you can see some of these leaves need cleaning, so forgive me. But this is what it looks like. They are actually really beautiful, and they move a lot. There's a lot of times in the night that I'll hear them move and think, what's that? And then remember it's my plant. You can see this one's going, but I'm going to wait till it goes all yellow, basically so that nutrients can go back into the plant. It can absorb what it can, and then I'll chop that off. Next up we have my Alocasia zebrina. You can see that it's basically just hanging in there, pretty much on its way out. If I give you a look at the stem, you see the stem, I had to chop that off because that one absolutely died. And on the back we've got basically a little, you can see where that new leaf will come out there, if you can see that. And then we all have the same on this guy, but we'll just give it time to do what it needs to do to get there. So that's my Alocasia zebrina. Not looking great, but come springtime we'll be all good. Next to that we have my Alocasia Mitchellsiana, also known as the Frydek. Now this did have spider mites. I kind of blasted. I'm looking out for them again, and I probably need to do another blast. But if you guys are interested in how I deal with them, I can do a video on that if you would like. And this is my Frydek. Now you'll see we've got little babies here as well. Those were the initial leaves, and these are the second leaves that have come through. Now you can see they're reaching to the light. I need to reposition them because they were over in that corner there, and then they were over there, but I kind of just need to find another position for them because they are moving towards the light. I also need to repot it because, as you see, ideally I'd like the soil to be up to here, so I have got a taller pot that I need to repot it into. And you can see we've got another leaf forming underneath there to come through. So that is my Alocasia Mitchellsiana, also known as the Frydek. But it is a beauty. Next to that we have my fern, also known as Asparagus setaceus, or asparagus fern, or lace fern, or basically furry asparagus, which I like. And you can see it's so beautiful. This is one of the newest stems that have come out for me, and it's literally just lovely and bushy. We've got a few brown there because they weren't basically watered or kept moist as they like to be, but this is it, and I do really like it, and the fact that it's growing really well. So we're just going to keep it in this corner, keep it moist, and let it do its thing. I then have my Alocasia Black Velvet. Now you can see here I watered it a little too much, hence why we've got this, but it's dried out. There was a part, I was busy and work was kind of crazy with COVID, things happening, then not happening, then happening, and I kind of neglected this guy a little bit. Basically it got really dry, and this one then flopped over, as you can see. Watered it well enough. This is the newest leaf that's come through, and it looks beautiful, but then this one did suffer a little. Now again, this one needs repotting because the stem, as you can see, is quite high out of the pot, so I want to repot that, and hopefully we'll get some bulbs from that. But that's my black velvet, which I really do adore. Next, which is kind of in the shot anyway, is my Philodendron pedatum. Now you can see it's actually quite a good size. That is it. It's actually doubled up with Florida Ghost. Now I feel like I need to repot this because Florida Ghost isn't doing amazingly, but I feel like the roots of the pedatum is basically taking over the pot, and then the Florida Ghost can't flourish. It's giving me leaves, but you can see this last one wasn't so great. Some of them are fine and doing okay, but I just feel like it could do a lot better considering I've had it for a while. But the pedatum, again, I need to clean these leaves, sorry, but the leaf shape is beautiful. If I turn it around, you can see this is one of the newer leaves, which they're lovely. And we've got another one that's just come out there. Just to note, I have holes in the wall because I need to get builders in. I'm going to put another shelf up there so then I can basically put more plants there. So I've kind of measured it out, but I just need to finish it off, hence why that hole is there. I don't just have holes in my walls. So that's my pedatum. To the back, I've got another Florida Ghost, the most recent one that I got from Indonesia, and it's doing really, really well. Like, the leaves are so beautiful and they come out nice and cream because obviously they're right by the light. They were in the greenhouse cabinet before, so they had really bright light and they were coming out a lovely cream, going mint, and then you can see they're darkening and they're just really beautiful. Now we do have another leaf blade right here. It's not, the spike of the new leaf hasn't come through yet, but this should actually be a good size because look at that. I was thinking of propagating this and just keeping the top, but I've not quite made up my mind as of yet. But it's lovely because we do have, if I just take it up, a few growth points in there, you can see, and we've got aerial roots that have gone down into the soil, so it's a potential. Let me know if you think I should, or if I should just leave it to grow. As it matures, I will just put it on a moss pole and let it do its thing. But yeah, I do love this one. And then just in front of that, surrounding that, we do have my Propagations, which is my Verrucosum. So this is one that basically, I had a large Verrucosum in the greenhouse cabinet over the summer. It got really hot, but I was away, and basically I had watered the plants, but they needed a lot more, so it suffered and I had to chop it because they just weren't doing that great. Rose, look at him. Hello, you snoring away. Oh my gosh, he's funny. But yeah, so here we are. Now we've got a new leaf coming, as you can see, and I love that we've got that deep red color, if it will focus on it. Which is just great. So we've got a new leaf coming, and we've obviously got two in here. I am thinking of selling this. As you know, I'm in the UK, so if anyone is interested, let me know. We've also got another one here, which is the newest leaf. They were under the light, and I just thought it's obviously too bright, hence why, even though they're pretty, they're like they are, but I've put them back in front of this light because they do really well here. But we do have some amazing aerial roots in there, as you can see from the bottom as well. It's loving that. So you could potentially, or I may just chop the top so it can continue with the aerial roots, because all of that stem doesn't really need. And then we've got this one, which is doing well. You can see we've got two new leaves coming through. So we've got that one there, which is great, as well as this spike here. This one, when the new leaf came, struggled a little bit, hence why the colors somewhat faded. Again, the light was too bright, but it's doing all right. You got, that was the first leaf on the right, the second, so that's the third one coming, or the third one at the back there. And then we've got this leaf, this gorgeous one, and more to come. So we've got 2 growth points on this one. Again, we'll sell this if anyone's interested, but it is lovely. So it's kind of a Verrucosum corner. Well, it's more of a Philodendron corner with 1 alocasia, but yeah, they are doing well. Okay, so before we go to the greenhouse, down here is basically my plow mania, and now you can see we've got string of hearts in here as well. I need to propagate these because they're just going all over the place, which is great, but I just want to make it fuller. But in here you can see we've got another growth point. Where is it? On the side in there. And basically, again, it was in the greenhouse. Not 100% sure what happened because the roots were okay. I repotted it and then it went downhill, so obviously it didn't want to be repotted. But I repotted it in this because I wanted it to grow across. Obviously that's not happened now, so part of me just thinks maybe I should just take it out and put it back in the container that it was in before, because it was doing wonderfully. But we do have growth, so it's fine. We're just going to give it time, and hopefully spring it will spring back. And then we'll move over to this corner. Now this is my Monstera Borsigiana variegata. As you can see, I know we've got a bit of yellow in here. I've checked the roots, I've loosened them, the dirt up, because it's not waterlogged, it's actually quite dry. So I thought, oh, I need to keep it a little moist, don't let it dry out too much. But these leaves, this is kind of the first leaf that I got. You can see it was cut off a bit. This leaf also came with it. This one is actually a new kind of stem, which I'll show you in a second. And then this leaf came with it as well, so it's actually really beautiful. All of that is new growth for me, and I'll show you that leaf is basically a new stem, which is then given me this leaf, which, look at it, is lovely. If you go in, you can see that is where the new growth point was. It's come out and basically given me this, which is lovely. And as I said, this was the first leaf, which was just gorgeous. So I'm hoping I will continue to get great variegation as we continue to grow, and then we'll just wait on this one. Got a little bit here, but we'll see what happens. Just to note behind that, my Hoya compactor is giving me this new stem, which is great, and we'll wait for those to develop. I know there's wrinkly, but they seem to be doing something. They haven't fallen off yet. And we've also got another one here, so just letting it do its thing. Obviously it's winter now, so it's slowed down, but in the summer it actually loves this corner because the sun starts to my left and then it kind of just sits in this window, and it absolutely loves it. This is also why I've got my bird of paradise here. Usually it's further in the corner. Now I think these leaves, the lower leaves, will have to go. I've taken some off already, but it absolutely loves this corner. See how much it's grown, and it just continues to shoot out. Now that was my last leaf. It's just really nice, and it's a good size. So I've got 3 plants in here, which that's 1 stem, 2nd stem, 3rd stem, but they're doing well, doing really well. Philodendron red emerald. I actually got this plant from Jamaica. Now I'll pull it out. Basically this plant was in a family member's garden. They said I could have a cut-in, so I took a cut-in and took it back home. Those were the times where we could, right? Now this initially was just this cut-in here, and then I cut it off and propagated it and got this lovely beauty, which I actually propagated it in perlite as a little experiment, and it did really well. Now you can see we've got another growth point there. This one is actually taking a while to come through. I've squirted it, or I've misted it, shall I say, and slightly opened up the sheath for it, so we'll see what happens. But the others, this one just keeps growing and growing. Like this leaf has literally just come out like a week and a bit ago, and already I've got this one. I need to get some garden wire and just hold up there because I really do want it to kind of grow, but I do need to put the humidifier on to assist it. But you see what I mean, it's there, it just needs to come out of the sheath because it's getting there. It just needs some assistance, but it likes this corner. It seems to be doing well. So that is my Philodendron red emerald from Jamaica. Over here, which is by my bedside, we've got my, I know this looks really weird, so this is my alocasia pink dragon. Now again, in summer it suffered and basically dropped pretty much all its leaves. If I'm honest, I'm not gonna lie, it dropped all of its leaves. It had about 7 leaves. This was the most mature, so it dropped all the smaller ones. This was the second mature, which was probably about the same size as this one, but I let it go yellow so the plant could absorb what it can, and I cut it off. So we now have growth. This was like this for a few months, and then recently this has poked out, and I'm like, yay, we have life, which is great. So I have hope. It will do absolutely fine, because it's a beautiful plant. And I do plan, once I get that shelf set up that I was talking to you about, it will go up on the shelf, because it doesn't like bright light. Sun can touch it, because it will start to fade a little at the sides. It does like more medium indirect light than bright indirect light, but that's doing okay. That's my pink dragon. Just to note, this is my string of hearts. It's actually quite long, a bit scraggly. I need to untangle it, but I also need to chop, which I'll probably chop around here, because we are getting some new growth up here. I probably would chop it into a third, just to give you an idea of its length. It goes down the whole of the cabinet, so I'll probably chop it into thirds and then propagate it, because I do have 2 pots there. But I just want to make it really full. But I do love it. See, you've got some new growth there. They do love the light, and I usually put it on the other side of the greenhouse in the summer, because it gets the morning sun and afternoon, and the backs go like a ridiculous red. It's amazing. So yeah, now on top of the cabinet we've got my Norfolk Island pine, which is gorgeous. So I'm expecting it to sprout out soon, but these bunches have definitely grown in comparison to when I actually got it. So I know it's happy. It's liking the bright indirect light up there, which satisfies me. So yeah, we also have Philodendron Hastatum silver sword. Now this plant I got ages ago, wasn't doing so well, started to drop leaves, as you can see, and then it started to grow again. So we've got activity up here, which is lovely. I just don't know, because I did cut a piece and I propagated in perlite. I don't know if I should cut these and try and do the same. I'm not sure. Do let me know your thoughts, because it doesn't look amazing. But then I thought, in the spring, will it push things through further down? I don't think it will. It could, but then it gave me this, and I was like, oh, so beautiful. So I'm really happy about that. Really cute. And I might just chop these and put them in perlite and see if we can propagate them. And then I have like just little ones, and I don't know if I'll just get rid of the stem or just leave the stem, who knows. I kind of just threw it on top of the wardrobe and left it. See, we do have a growth point there. We'll leave it and see what happens. So from there we'll go to the greenhouse. So this is an overview of the greenhouse. You can see things are growing well, and I think we'll start at the top and then make our way down. So top is kind of propagations. Up here we've got my we've got my poly, which has done well. Propagated it from a bulb and it sprouted. The top leaf wasn't doing so well, so I just cut it off, and then this one came through really quickly. Here we have my Syngonium albo variegata. I wasn't thinking it was doing much, and then I got a little spike, and now it seems to have stopped. So I'm just going to leave it there and let it do its thing. Another Verrucosum propagation. Again, chopped it, and that's what we've got. I might move it down shortly, but we'll wait for another leaf to come through and see what happens. Over here we have my Anthurium propagations, propagating in perlite. Now this one I just put in recently. It was in moss before, but I've moved it to perlite. This one's been here for a while, and actually I now think we have some action. Let me see if I can show you which. Look. Oh my goodness. I think that's showing me some growth. I think that's showing me some growth, that little bubbly bit there, you see, I think. So we'll see what happens. But I was pleasantly surprised. But again, like I say, nature, everything in nature wants to live, so it will find a way. So hopefully that's the formation of a new plant, hopefully. We've then got my succulent there, don't know the name, but it's a Korean succulent, which I got at Plant Fair last year, so it's doing all right. Here's my variegated Hoya compacta. As you can see, the leaves on the right are the newest, the ones on the left are the old ones. Probably should put it up a little bit so it's a little bit higher, because I think we've got, we can see little roots there starting to come out, so I'll probably just put up and raise it a little higher. Over here we have my little jewel orchid, which is doing well. See, we've got new growth there, which is nice, and new growth coming through there as well. So I think I'm going to leave it in moss for now, but I will put it up in soil at some point. But it's doing all right, it's doing okay. Then, oh, don't want to forget, over here I recently got some other Anthurium propagations. So they're like basically the base of my Ace of Spades. One's got 2 nubs on it, another one's got 1. It's in moss at the moment, so I thought I'd leave it like that for high humidity, but depending if I see activity or not in the next maybe month, I may just move it to perlite, but I've not made up my mind yet. So they're there. I've put them there because it's highlight, which they like, but I've put some newspaper over it so it's not too bright, otherwise it'd be really, really bright, just so that they can kind of adapt and get used to it. And then I might increase the level of light by removing the paper, or I might just put it in perlite, depends on how I feel and how they're doing. So next shelf down, we've got my Philodendron Pink Princess. Now my Pink Princess wasn't doing too well, dropped some leaves, took it out of the cabinet, and it obviously just shriveled up. It obviously liked the high humidity, but I was like, come on, I didn't expect you to just do me like that. So I cut the top off, put it in my prop box, which I just showed you, and it gave me 1, 2, 3. That was the original leaf. Oh my gosh. So it's doing all right, it's doing well. We'll see what happens, see if we get any better variegation. Back here we've got one of my White Princess, which is doing well. We've got great variegation on this leaf. This one's okay, you can see some speckling. We're hoping this one looks like we might have a bit of white. What we'll see, from which I propagated it, is the initial leaf, which is there. You can see that variegation is lovely. Then at the back we've got my Verrucosum. Again, this was another propagation, and you can see we've got a new leaf coming through there. So what I plan with this one and the one to the left of it, which again we've got a new leaf coming from that spike right there, I will basically pot them up, put them on a moss pole, and hopefully they will climb for me. Now we've got some more, but baby White Princesses here. I've just took them out of the prop box because they were doing okay, and we'll just monitor them to see how they do. But oh, that one's opened up. Oh, look at that, that is nice. I wasn't expecting that. That is lovely. Hopefully it will just continue to grow for me like that and just give me wonderful variegation. That is actually really nice. And we've got some speckling on this one, so we'll just see how they go. We've got a bit of white on the edge there, but yeah, that's them. And the next White Princess is this one, and you can see we've got speckling there. We've actually got some sectoral variegation, more speckling. This one I need to pot up because look, I was wondering whether I should just cut that where you see those aerial roots. I think I might just cut beneath it and plant it, and whether I will get new shoots on that growth point there, or I don't know if there's another one somewhere, but we'll see. We've got at least one, which is that growth point, so I might chop it and then just plant that, and then it can continue to do its thing. But you can see we've got another leaf coming, but I'm actually quite happy with this one. It's quite nice. Now I've got some more white princess. As you guys know, this is my Florida Beauty, one of my pride and joy. And then we've got, this is the second leaf, beautiful. This is the second leaf I've got in my care, which I love. It's gorgeous. And we've got another leaf coming out here, so yeah, it's getting there. We'll see how it does. Now at the back we've got some more white princess. Hope you guys aren't getting bored of them. So these are all cuttings. I did have a great white princess, and then it got aphids and leaves were dropping, so I basically cut it back and cut one of the main stems into these cuttings, and this is what we have. This was a few months ago, by the way, so they've gone and dealt with, but I cut up the stem and these are the plants from it. See, we've got another one coming, but this one's quite nice. The speckling is quite nice, and hopefully if it continued like that, it'd be a really nice plant. We also have this one at the back. This one's got a little splash, not loads, but again, we'll see what this leaf gives us, because we never know. But we'll see what happens. But that's that. Just to note with these, I will be selling them kind of springtime. Just want to give them a bit more time to develop and root, even though they do have good root systems, because you might be able to see from this one, they do have good root systems, but I just want them to root a bit more. And then we've got this one, that yellow leaf I'll take off, but you can see it had a beautiful sectorial variegation there. This one again, we've got more speckling. Again, this one's speckling, a bit of sectorial, so this is a bit of a mix, but we'll see what the next leaf looks like. And then we've got this little one here, the last of the white princess. Again, it's really cute. It's kind of just got trimmings of its variegation around the side of the leaf, so we'll wait to see what the next looks like. Now back here we have my Philodendron lahanii. Now this plant I'd been looking for a while, and obviously it's finally here. Now it's in, you can see, kind of bright, medium to bright indirect light, because if I was to move this it'd become very bright, but it doesn't like that. Now you can see it's moving towards the light, but if it was too bright it'd go yellow, which this is the initial leaf and it had done that, so I'm not worried about that one going, because that was the leaf I got it with. As with this one, it was in too much bright light and basically it kind of faded, which you can kind of see there. And this was another initial leaf, which is so cute. And then I got this leaf, which I absolutely love. Look at it, so gorgeous. And then I got this leaf, which again is wonderful. Now it's positioned here, so you can see it's kind of turning towards the light. I fear if I put it here, it's going to be too bright for it, but I rotate it to kind of keep it standing. It probably needs rotation again, but you can see we've got another leaf coming. Now initially I did have my lahanii in a little dome, which was basically a vase, which I put over it on a gold plate, and I had the moss with some water on it to keep it really humid. So humidity was like 99-100% basically. You know, these things never really give you 100%, they'll go to 99 and stay there, but I'm sure it was at 100%. And then I took it off and kept it in the greenhouse. The greenhouse on average is between 85 and 99% humidity, and it's actually doing all right. I haven't got any yellowing on the sides, no crisping, and this leaf has come out during that period, which I feel then it's actually happy and can actually just stay like this, but in the greenhouse. Now sometimes I do leave the door open in the greenhouse, so humidity will drop to 65-70% sometimes, but it's fine. Every plant needs that fresh air, and then it moves back up to high humidity again. So again, I did think of propagating this. I'm not sure, because, well, it's just a lahanii and I've been looking for it for ages, but you can see we've got a growth point there. There's a few others as well around, but that's it. We'll see. I've not decided yet, but this is it, and that lives over there. I'm going to move down to third shelf, which is Anthurium land. Now here you can see we've got the Regal. Regal has given me a baby back there, you can see, which is absolutely lovely. So that will be my third leaf, because the first leaf there, second, and that will be the third. I've then got my Magnificum. I bought my Magnificum with this leaf, and this is the one that's grown in my care. It's absolutely beautiful. And I believe we've got another one on the way back there, which is great. So it's happy. It also came with that leaf that you see back there as well. Well, here's my Cuticulense. Now this is my, see if I can show you, 3-leaf trisectal leaf blade, which is lovely. And I've realized that it's starting to grow aerial roots, which, see if I can show you, see that, which I'm like, yes. So I'm actually thinking I will cut just below that and propagate it, because I think there might be another node down there. And I've also got another leaf, which you can see over there, which has come through, and I've got a third. If I can show you the third, I will. See that little leaf there? So it's happy, it's happy. In front of that we've got my Anthuriums. People know the Veitchii with the abs, and this is a lovely plant. This was a rehab plant for me. It did have larger leaves, and it basically just needed time to recover, and it's done that because this is the leaf that I've grown in my care. And you can see that's where previous leaves were, and I think we might have another one coming through. Ooh, do we? I'm not sure yet, but I'm sure in time we'll get another one come through. Over here we have my Warraquanum, the Queen Anthurium. I'm going to take her out, and you can see that was my first leaf, this was my second, and this is my recently come through third leaf. Not sure what happened there, but everything else is beautiful. Now I'm going to move her around a little bit, because I do want all her leaves to be facing forward and down, but she's beautiful. Again, good roots are coming through and quite a long stem, so I will pot her up into a taller pot at some point, but that's her. Now just beside her we have my beloved Anthurium Ace of Spades, which I recently propagated and sold some, and look, it's just gorgeous. This leaf is so dark and so lovely, and then this leaf, you can see it's kind of getting mature with the shape of the lobes, and it's colouring, and it's nice. We've got it in moss, and we'll just let it settle. There are 2 areas for roots to develop down there. They're really small, so I'm just letting it settle, and we'll let it root, and then we'll move it probably to a net pot. Across the way from that we have my Anthurium Forgetii. Now I love this because of the shibboleth, the pebbling effect. It's a lovely plant. This is actually my biggest leaf. I'll take it out so you can see it properly, but that is it. That was the first leaf, which you can see is actually pretty dark. Yeah, it looks like it's on its way out, which is fine. And we also have this leaf, again some yellowing. Now I partly think that was because we did have roots in there that were poking through the pot, and I had to basically take it out and kind of semi repot it, so it might just be annoyed with me a little bit, but that's fine. I also was thinking about propagating this guy, because I think we can propagate it in 3. If anyone's interested in Forgetii, let me know, but until then I won't cut it unless there's interest. But again, I'm thinking about it, but it's kind of good to know. But I just love the pebbled effect and the iridescence and that shimmer. It's just really, really nice. Next to that I have my hybrid, which I think's a hybrid Anthurium crystallinum for sure. I'm not sure if it's hybrid Ace of Spades or something else, but you can see that glisten on it is absolutely lovely. And we've got another leaf just come through, which is great. Now to be honest, and I don't want to, not that I really believe in jinxing, but this, until now, I've had it probably near enough 8-9 months, it's always had 3 leaves. It's acted like it's an alocasia, because every time a new leaf would come through, it drops the last leaf, so it only has 3. So at this point in time, with 4 leaves, I'm like, yay! Even though I can see the edges yellowing a little bit, we'll see how long it lasts, but so far I'm happy. You can see behind I've got my crystallinum. That was the leaf before. We've got a little yellow on the side. I realize a lot of the time when I get a new leaf, the other yellows a little bit. Now I need to find out how to stop that and change that, because they are beautiful, and when they come through they're gorgeous, and they stay gorgeous, but I want to keep the leaf. And behind that we've got my Ferox. You can see it's beautiful. I will pull it out for you. It doesn't like bright indirect light, hence why it's in the back in the shadows. Now it's adjusted to the light there, both of the grow light as well as the daylight that comes through, but it doesn't get too much. You can see this leaf, it burnt a bit and didn't really like it, but the newest leaf you can see is almost pretty much perfect. It's gorgeous. I love it. And then I realized we've got another one coming through there as well, so it's growing fairly quickly. With this one I kind of just keep it moist. Once I realize it's drying out, I'll give it a little bit of water. I don't flush it through, and then just leave it. But yeah, I really like this plant, and it's doing well. So we'll now move to the bottom shelf. This is the lowest shelf, and you can kind of see it's kind of Philodendron city. We'll start on this side. I'll try and start on the front because I might need to take some things out, but basically we've got one of my Aglaonema pictum tricolors here. It's doing all right. It's a slow grower though, so healthy roots, but yeah, slow grower. Then we have my Alocasia Mitchellitziana, also known as the Frydek. I grew this from a bulb, and it's doing well. Again, you can see the roots are crazy. I should probably actually put this up now because they're doing really well, and I assume it will give me another leaf soon, but yeah, I should probably put it up soon. And then we've got my cutting off my El Choco Red 1 leaf cutting that's recently done the other week, so we'll just monitor it and see how it goes. And then we have another one of my pride and joy, which is the Majestic. Now look at it, look how beautiful it is. Like, oh, I got this as a trade, and so grateful for that individual who said, hey, would you like to trade? And I was like, yes, because this was a highly kind of shooting star wishlist plant. So absolutely love it. And then you've got the red hue on the back of the leaves, mimicking one of the parent plants, which is the Verrucosum. The other is the Soderoy, and you can see it's in spag and a bit of perlite, which I will talk about in another video, which works really well for me in light of propagation. So I will touch on that on a video to come shortly. And then we have my Gloriosum here, which is doing really well. That was the first leaf that came for me, and we can see that we've got another leaf right there doing really well. So I'm happy with that. I will in time put it up to a bigger plant once we have maybe 4 or 5 leaves. Now here we have my hybrid, which is my cross between a Billitai and Atavapalisi, and you can see this leaf here is gorgeous. Now I did initially think with this plant that I would hang it, so that wall that I spoke about, not wall, the shelf that I spoke about previously above where the Florida Ghost are, I wanted to put it up there. And I think we've actually got another leaf coming, which is lovely. Now here's kind of the Choco era. This was my recent propagation in my last video. You can see they're doing all right. Got it here in moss, so we'll keep an eye on that, but it's a good size. We then have my initial propagation of my Choco, which is here. You can see it's turning towards the light a little because where it's facing, which is fine. You can see those beautiful red backs, and there is a caterpillar in there. Now I need to put this up in soil, which I'll probably do this, not probably, I will do this week, because it's had enough of the perlite life. It needs that soil now, so I've been lazy. I just need to do that. But that's my first propagation, one of two. Now this is the mother plant of the El Choco. You can see we've got this leaf here on its way out, which is fine, which I expected. It's lasted actually quite a while and it served the plant well. And then we've got the other leaf, which is here. So yeah, they came like that with shipping, and you might be able to see we've got a growth point there. Hopefully that growth point, I think that growth point started to activate. You can see it's a little green, so they're gonna get there. Next to that we have, well actually I'll do in the front, we've got my Melanochrysum. Now look at this gorgeous plant. Can't wait for the leaves to get bigger. I've tried to put it on a moss pole to encourage it to do so, but I've still got small leaves. You can see we've got another one coming there, but maybe the spring, that's when it'll start to shoot for me. To be honest, I haven't really fertilized them that much, though they're still growing. I just give them a little bit, not much as I would in the summer and spring, so hopefully we'll start to see change then. And then behind that we have my Philodendron McDowell. Look at it. This was the third leaf of mine. It's absolutely huge, and this is the most recent leaf, and you can see they're kind of butting up against each other. So I'm very much gonna have to take this out of the greenhouse soon, because it's another leaf and I know it needs cleaning. I'm sorry. Like this, it's it's gorgeous, beautiful plant, and I just love it. So I'm gonna have to move that soon because it's doing its own thing. Alongside that we have my Pastazanum. Now I think this may have a little root rot. I'm going to do a video on this in regards to identifying that and to deal with it. The newest leaf, which I was waiting for to unfurl, here it is. It's really pink, kind of a pinky bronzy colour. I think that's because of my grow light. This grow light does seem to really bring out the red in leaves, especially on my Gloriosum, especially on my Verrucosum and my El Choco. So it is actually really nice. But now that it's unfurled, I can look at the base, the roots, and see what I've got to do. Now you see, this is my avocado plant. It's still in here, you know, using the Pastazanum as a support, but that's it there. We've got another Frydek. So third leaf is starting to come out now. That's lovely. This will probably go in time, but that's my second bulb. I had sold another one because you might remember I had 3, but again, look at these roots, they're just loving it. So that's doing well. And then in the back there I've got 2 other Pictum tricolors, which are looking good, and another one over there. They are very slow growers, but I think they like it down in the shade, because too much light and they start to bleach the leaves and fade, and obviously we don't want that. Thank you for joining me on my first bedroom plant tour. As always, for now, dare to dream, live to grow, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.